I would challenge people in thinking that church life just happens at a place or on a day of the week, but that church is all of our life. Our neighbor certainly can include people that we meet and know on Sundays, but should also include people who we are around, who we live with, who we work with, who we play with as well.
We decided that on Friday nights we would just set that aside as spaghetti nights, and we just invited people that we knew. You know, we were just getting to know them and how are they connected with the community, what things do they enjoy, a chance for them to get to know us. But we made it spaghetti so that it was easy, so I didn't have a reason for not preparing it. And then also, it's also something that they can replicate and do too, so that hospitality isn't intimidating.
And it's been amazing to see how just even having people over for one meal has let people's guards down and how you become friends. There was a big incident in our neighborhood that happened a little more than 2 years ago now, with our neighbor across the street had a terrible accident with a saw. He actually was not cautious enough, and he wound up cutting most of his left hand. And it was Loretta that had the thought of all these different connections and friendships that we've made in the neighborhood, that it shouldn't just be us that tries to care for them, but what about all these other people that are neighbors? And all the neighbors agreed. We had people sign up for taking turns shoveling the sidewalk or bringing meals each week. And that wound up being the triggering event for all these friendships starting to come together.
The one thing that struck us was at the very end, he said, you know, I'm not a religious man per se, but I don't consider the miracle in this situation to be that the doctors were able to tie my hand back on, but that I live in a community of people that wanted to care the way they did.
Well, and our kids, just even an example from 2 weeks ago of some of the things they're learning, our kids decided they were going to have a trampoline show in our backyard. And so they went and delivered invitations to all the neighbor families. And all the neighbor families come, and they had...
And a few others that were just walking by, and
And so the kids had music, and they were doing this thing on the trampoline, and I was just shocked that they could be doing this without fear. And so they kind of had an impromptu party in our backyard. Our son had a lemonade stand, so he profited from it.
We're thinking we may do an adult one, actually, trampoline party. Everybody wears their leotards and...
Yeah, it's just so fun to do creative things with in the context of community.